Hey, it's me, MLB, back with chapter 15 of Be With Me. This is the final confession. After school, you two walked home together, making light talk and avoiding the topic that you'd started on the school roof at lunch. You got home and walked inside. Your mum wasn't home yet, so you decided to raid the cupboard for snacks, digging through the bottom shelves where all the good things were kept. Want some chips? Eijirou asked, pulling a bag out. Yeah, perfect, you said, returning your attention to pouring the iced tea. Eijirou smiled at you and sat the bag of chips on the countertop. Okay, Ix, I need to get this out before I explode, he said suddenly. You looked up at him and set the bottle down. Okay, shoot, you said, steeling yourself for the worst. You had no idea what to expect. Okay, I don't really know where to start, he said, leaning on the countertop. And I don't know if this is going to ruin everything, but I need to get this off my chest. You stayed silent, watching him, your silence encouraging him to continue. Okay, so I'll start with the Kaminari incident yesterday, he said, shifting his gaze to the counter and adjusting his weight nervously. Yes, you coaxed. Well, I jumped in because I was jealous of how close he was to you, he said softly, scratching at something on the counter. And? You asked, wanting an elaboration. Well, I want to be the only one who's close to you, he added, glancing up at you shyly. Yeah, okay, that makes sense, you said, not understanding what the big deal was. He noticed you didn't get it yet, so he continued. And you know all those times I was out with Suki? You rolled your eyes. Well, all the time I was out with her, I was thinking about you. Your breathing hitched and your face flushed slightly. Wait, is he? And I broke it off with her because I finally realized that I like you more than a friend, more than a best friend. This can't be real. I've fallen head over heels for you. Is he confessing right now? I just want you to be with me forever. Be mine. I love you, Yin. I'm in love with you. I'm crazy about you. He didn't know how many ways to say it so that you would get it. Your heart was racing, pain shooting across your chest from the intense emotions that you were feeling, and you just stared at him. He watched you, not knowing what to make of your expression. I know it's sudden, and I'm so sorry. I've come on so strong. I understand if you don't feel the same way right now. I really needed to get this out. I didn't want it to come between us. I still want you as my best friend. Shut your mouth, Sharky, you suddenly blurted out. He froze, interpreting your loud tone as dissatisfaction of his confession. I'm sorry, Icky, he whispered. You idiot! Tears filled your eyes. Eijirou stiffened. Oh no, have I upset her again? His eyes flicked across your features. He so desperately wanted to make everything all right. I felt the same way about you for a while too now, even though I didn't realize it either. It was when you started going out with Suki that I realized I didn't want you to be with anybody else but me. You stopped to catch your breath. Your heart was pounding like you'd just run a marathon. That's why I've been so touchy and weird, because you've been saying really lovely things to me, but then you're with her, but then you would want to hold my hand, but then you'd call me a sister. You gestured wildly with your arms to indicate just how opposing things had been. It was so confusing, and I was hurt, and I cried heaps, and Yin, he yelped. I'm such an idiot. I'm so sorry. I didn't even notice how I was making you feel. I feel terrible now. The compassion in his voice broke you down, and you cried, overwhelmed by this whole conversation. Icky, he said, making his way around to where you stood. He engulfed you in a big hug. I'm so sorry. Please forgive me. You nodded into his chest. Of course I forgive you, you cried. I'm just glad it's all out in the open now. So will you be my girlfriend? He asked gently. I never thought that I would ever get to hear those words come from you, you cried. It's okay, he patted your head. We'll never be apart now, I promise. You smiled and sniffed heavily. He hugged you tighter and reached under your chin to lift your head and wipe the tears from your eyes. I love you, Icky, he said, smiling with love and compassion in his eyes. I love you more, Sharky, you replied with a teary smile. He looked into your eyes and glanced at your lips. Oh, how he wanted to know how it felt to kiss you. He lightly bit his bottom lip and tried to look away, but your gaze held him captivated. You leaned up on tippy toes, bringing your lips closer to his, and he cupped the back of your head and leaned down, pressing his soft lips to yours. You kissed, wrapping your arms around the back of his neck. He kissed you again and brushed his tongue lightly against your bottom lip, asking for entrance. You opened your lips and locked into him, kissing him passionately. He was a good kisser, careful not to let his teeth come in contact with any part of your lips or tongue. There would be some serious damage done if you were to cut yourself on his teeth. You enjoyed each other intimately for a while, then broke away for air, Eijirou was starting to get a little too excited by your proximity, and his kisses were getting hungrier. Whoa, Sharky, you giggled, pulling away a bit. He blushed and tucked his head into the crook of your neck. Sorry, Icky, you're just so attractive, he mumbled. You giggled happily. There's no need to rush, Sharky. We have our whole lives ahead of us. He beamed. You're right, Icky. You're right. The end. Well, at least it ended happily, hey? That concludes the Kirishima X female listener Be With Me. I will be back very soon with another book. Bye for now.